Hello, welcome to a new episode. You can probably hear it a little bit in my voice. I'm a bit sick. Uh, Yeah, got a little bit of a cold since the last time I recorded, which I think was actually just yesterday. But because I'm cutting it really short, I have to record today. I think I might even record 2 videos because I still want to do like a daily upload schedule for now. But yeah, let's enter funworld. Well, I already did, obviously. Um, what I was thinking, so in the last one, I was talking about a bit about the road trip that I'm on right now. So I didn't want to do that again, even though I missed a lot of things. I didn't talk about Route 66. I didn't talk about, well, my friend Bene, real world friend Bene, although he does comment here a lot too. Uh, oh, okay. See, my tree grew. That's good. That's very good to know. That will solve my tree and wood problems. I guess it's just these trees are very slow at growing, maybe. Good to know. But yeah, so my friend Bena, who is very well read and interested in this, actually unrelated to me talking about it, just mentioned that the route that I've been taking is also the route that the family in the Grapes of Wrath, the Chode family, took. And I did want to actually mention this in the last video, but I just, yeah, totally forgot. But I was thinking today I don't want to do a more personal video. Instead, I want to talk a bit more about political stuff, because that's been coming a little bit short lately. So to start off, I don't know if you know about this, but there's this thing called the political compass. And basically, what it is trying to do is, rather than just having a left and right divide in terms of figuring out what political side one is on, they are adding another axis, which, so they define like the original left and right as an economic axis, and the other one is more of a, I actually forget what they're calling it, but it goes from authoritarian to more libertarian, I think. And so in the end, you can answer a bunch of questions and figure out where on the spectrum you are. And I mean, that does have some value. I've been doing this now for, I don't know, like 15 years. I have really old ones once in a while. I've been um, I've been updating it, and you can sort of see my political evolution over the years. Basically, I've just moved more and more towards the left, from more of the libertarian, like right-wing libertarian, anarcho-capitalist side, to more of a left libertarian leaning, I guess. What did I want to do? Let me see. In terms of Minecraft, I guess I think I'll mine a little bit, because mining's always fun. Oh, no, I remember. I wanted to build my... I can't double stack that. I wanted to build a little treasure room here. Okay. Anyways, what I was thinking is that I'll just discuss the questions they have. They have a very long questionnaire. And I will just... Oh, yeah, I didn't think of that, obviously. It's stupid. Alright, there we go. Yeah, that's okay. That should work. Yeah, I just thought I will read out the questions and then like kind of talk a a little bit about them, and that might be like a repeating feature of this channel. So let's just start. I think the first few questions are more about country and things like that. What do you think about your country? What do you think about the nation? That kind of stuff. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let me just quickly think. What do I need? All right, the first question is if economic globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interests of transnational corporations. The way that this works is that you say whether you agree or disagree, or strongly disagree. And I think this is kind of an interesting question because I feel like almost everyone will say that they strongly agree that it should serve humanity. I mean, there might be some outliers, but I think even people who are very much in favor of economic, more, I guess, business-centric policy and politics ultimately will say that they are interested in like humans benefiting from it. And I do too. So I do think basically I don't have that many. Should have one more. Basically, what the world we're living in, it does seem like a lot of the time, or I think you can even empirically show it, is that transnational corporations are benefiting more at the expense of people, and even if you're looking at this from only a country's perspective. So obviously, some of these transnational corporations benefit more than the people that they are very actively exploiting in certain countries. But even like take a corporation that is kind of like more European focused, something like Nestle or like American focused. They might also not at all benefit the people in the country that they are ostensibly from or associated with. So, yeah, I think basically like what we need is policy that ensures that that the benefit is to people rather than on any sort of corporation. And what I would I was actually discussing this with a friend of mine just a little bit ago. What I want is that people have the ability to live like safe, good lives that are fulfilling to them, that they can um, that they can basically do what they want and they can contribute to the communities and things like that. And the way that the global capitalist system is set up right now um, really is not very conducive to this, I think. So I think in terms of the political compass, there's going to be more questions along those lines, and maybe I can then develop a little bit more on my thoughts. For the first question, I think it's pretty obvious. It is a strong, let me see how it's phrased. It should primarily serve humanity rather than the interests of transnational corporations. It's a strong agree from me. And I think like I said, almost all people, unless they're like trying to be really edgy, would probably agree with this in some way or another. Okay, what is the second question? I should really go over there sometime. The second question is, I'd always support my country, whether it was right or wrong. Ooh, that is lucky. I could have died really hard there. Really, really hard. Ooh boy. Yeah, never play Minecraft while sick, right? That was terrible. Um, yeah, so I don't, um, I don't consider myself a very patriotic person. I think that is kind of, um, not the way that I am. I like to structure my moral code. So I would not at all want to support my country if it is wrong. I would say. Obviously, we can think of like a lot of caveats to this. Um, there's obviously competing values. Like if my life or the life of my loved ones is dependent on uh, supporting my country, even though it is doing something wrong, I could see myself doing that in some ways. I would probably I would hope that I would still know that it is wrong and I don't support it in that sense, but I yeah, it's a kind of difficult question about what kind of person you are anyways, right? Like I feel like let's take the example of the Third Reich, so Nazi Germany. Um like I think there's like different levels, but I can't really like obviously there were people who were actively in the resistance, and that is unbelievably admi- admirable. But I don't know if I could say for myself that I would be one of these people because I just like you can't know until Bunny's very cute. You can't really know until you're in that situation, and like right now it would be just easy. Yeah, obviously I would fight for what's right, and maybe I would in some small way, but I don't know if I would be a kind of person who's willing to risk my life and the people I care for that. It's very possible that I would be someone who like keeps their head down, trying to avoid exposure. I'd love to think that I definitely wouldn't be a very fervent Nazi. Um, but I can't say that I would be like Sophie Scholl or something like that. I mean, it's nice to think it would be, but very difficult. Now, certainly with my current morals, I don't think I could be um someone who supports something like as monstrous as the Third Reich. But I always talk to my friend Bena about that. We just as humans we're so shaped by our surroundings that and being taught to hate can be incredibly compelling. Um, for people, if you just like can make other people dehumanize them, it's really relatively easy to make people do very monstrous things in other contexts. It's a bit rambly, and that's not exactly on on point of the question either. But I guess talking about it from my here and now current morals is like, no, I don't want to support my country if it is wrong. Um, Actually, maybe you could also go at it from a different perspective, because, like, for example, I'm obviously from Germany, and Germany benefits from a lot of really unequal and what I would consider unfair relationships with other countries. And while I don't like support it, I do also benefit from this in a way, right? So, what is the level of disagreement, right? What are you going to be someone who, like, I don't know, resorts to very drastic measures to ensure that your moral frameworks are kept also by your country or by anyone? I mean, something like this movement Extinction Rebellion, or there's a lot of other ones that are like very much protesting global warming and are going relatively far. At least according to, I think, standard morality. But then you could also say, well, what we're doing in terms of global warming is it's really not just dangerous to us, but like to okay, what I meant, not just dangerous to us in like first world countries, but like to incredibly damaging to poorer nations as well. And is it kind of agreement to an agreement with what your country is doing to not go as far as you can to stop it? I guess that's basically my point. I'm getting housekeeping. 1 second. All right, this is a great, this is really a great video. It's very rambly, and then I was also interrupted by housekeeping. At least you got to see the sunset, right? Like sort of, while it was gone. But yeah, my point was, I guess what I'm kind of struggling with, and that's why I've been having this this kind of rambly approach to it, is that I'm thinking. 1 second. What's going on here? Ah, there we go. What level of what is agreement really, right? Like there's different levels. There's like tacit agreement where you don't do anything and just let it happen. Then there's like active agreement where you contribute to the thing that's being done. And I do think, like, in terms of this question, why am I killing the spider? I mean, usually we're friends. I think I just see, this is not really up to my moral code. Usually I just like to let the spiders live, but this time I wasn't thinking and I just saw it. I don't know. Yeah, the point, I think, is that in terms of this question, I do benefit things, and I don't do everything I can to stop from from benefiting or stopping my country doing what I would morally consider wrong things. But in terms of the question, like just ostensibly, I think I would answer strongly disagree, because like just from the moral framework that I like to have or that I espouse, that is definitely how I relate to this question. So I guess you see like how I have often troubles answering these kinds of questions, because there's just so much nuance to them. At any rate, I think I will let you go now. I hope you enjoyed it anyways. I don't know how my voice is going to sound, and I'm probably not as sharp as I am sometimes at other, at other points when I'm not as sick. So I'll see you in the next one, and well, stay spooky, friends.